Yeah, my name's Gino Perrotte, and I'm a lecturer for our Communication Studies department here at Baruch. I've been teaching at Baruch since summer 2016, and I teach a variety of both undergraduate classes and as well as one graduate level course. The class that I want to bring to your attention is Nonverbal Communication. It's an upper division class, and in this class we look at 10 different channels of nonverbal communication. The assignment that I use to help students become aware of the 10 channels of nonverbal communication, it's a practical application assignment because nonverbal communication is what I call a conscious communication class. And what I mean by that is we're not really imparting new knowledge, but we're helping you see stuff for the first time in your life. Because of course we're swimming in nonverbal communication since the day we were born, but most of us just aren't aware of it. So by the time you're done with this class and you understand not only what nonverbal communication is, but what it looks like, you'll never see the world in the same way. In this particular project, I assign a movie clip, and we keep it consistent throughout the semester, and you get a couple chapters at a time where you analyze this movie clip and you really start to see how good actors are good if they're doing it properly, just how they use all these different channels to help convey a message. But you also become very proficient at being able to spot these channels that you otherwise were, of course, seeing the behavior, but you weren't really zooming in and fully analyzing. It's a really life-changing project. One of my favorite compliments on the class actually comes from a student from years ago, long before I was teaching at Baruch. This was probably about 15 to 18 years ago when I started out. The student and I are still friends, and she tells me that that was her favorite class ever, and she still remembers the scene, the TV scene that we used in that particular semester. Just because, as I said, it's an eye-opening class. You weren't aware before that this stuff operated around you at every moment, and you were actually doing it. You were doing it unstrategically. So the class changes the way that you move forward with your knowledge of nonverbal communication. I recommend this class for any Baruch student, not just communication and majors and minors, but any Baruch student that's going to be working with people in any capacity, simply because it is about being a more effective communicator. Our nonverbal channels are anywhere between 60 to 93% of the message that we communicate. And like I said, it's been unconscious for most of us before this class, which means you have not built any strategy around the way you're communicating nonverbally. It changes the way that you interact with other people and also with yourself. For comm majors, it's a great complement for intercultural communication, for corporate communication, because obviously you're going to be interacting with people. Absolutely. I'll give you two tips. I'll give you a verbal tip and then I'll give you a nonverbal tip. The verbal tip is my list of what I call forbidden words when I teach public speaking, meaning that this is casual language that most younger people use on a daily basis, and you often see influencers use this language. But influencer language is very different than stepping into a boardroom when you're going to be interviewing with a 60-year-old executive. Professional language is just that, professional. So one of the key phrases is you love to say, you guys, hey, you guys. Using you guys is way too informal. As you notice, a lot of influencers start their video that, hey, you guys, I'm here to tell you about this new product. That's because they're trying to get you to feel like they're your best friend next door. You're trying to cultivate the image of being someone with experience, confidence, and gravitas, which is a level of gravity around you, a weightedness, assuredness about you. So non-verbally, what I would say is project confidence, and that a lot of the times comes through posture. Something that a lot of us aren't even conscious of, and a lot of us may not understand how negatively technology has impacted our culture. We're hunched over phones, we're hunched over screens. But pretty much to have good posture, you have to have a strong core and a good diaphragm muscle, which is part of your breathing. So when you have that strong core, it gives you good posture, upright, strong posture, and your voice is coming from your belly. That diaphragm is producing it instead of a more throat level voice, which does have a level of gravitas because there's strength behind it. You can feel or you can hear that muscle basically working for you. So good posture would be the nonverbal tip, and the verbal tip would be eliminate the informal language, what I call the forbidden words, like the, hey, you guys.